Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate all your support. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for continuing to support my videos. I really appreciate everything you guys do, down to the comments, the likes, the watch times. So in this video here, I'm doing like a little tiny cottage home. So I'm choosing the brickwork here, which I took inspiration from a photo. So the brickwork I went for doesn't quite match, but it I think it just matches the vibe a lot better that I was going for. And here I'm just trying to create this little up thing that was in the picture, but I couldn't figure out how to do it because I tried to do the wall thing, but that didn't work. And then I tried to put an awning on, and I know that they existed in The Sims. I ended up finding it later on, but I could not find it in this moment, so I added that toward the end. And then I'm just going through, choosing some windows. I thought these like little rounded stonework ones really worked well. And whenever I'm building a home, I try to kind of picture who I think would live in this house. And in this house, I kind of saw like an old lady who, you know, she's obviously not rich or anything. She just kind of, you know, makes ends meet and gets by just, you know, by the skin of her teeth, basically. And the career I imagined for her was selling flowers, like she was a flower arrangement one, and she just kind of sold them like, you know, very casually. So I'm working on the kitchen here, and I do change the configuration of the kitchen quite a bit just because I was trying to figure out how I wanted this house to look, and I end up shrinking it down quite a bit at the size that it is now. And I was thinking of putting the bedroom out here and doing that little side room as a bathroom, but then I realized, I'm like, that's going to be a massive bathroom in such a small house. So I'm like, let me make this the bedroom and figure out the bathroom later. So again, reconfiguring the kitchens to maybe work out with the room, but then I had this weird gap, so I started looking for like a bookshelf. Again, this configuration ends up changing, but yeah, you know, and it's funny because I really loved doing this build, and I'm usually very like sleek, modern, and like very big and spacious builds. Like that's my style, like my personal style. But I love these little builds, so that's where I was just like squishing it all down because I wanted it to be a tiny little house. But I like, you know, these like old cottages. I just think they're so cute. This is the final configuration that we chose for the kitchen, and it is a fully functional kitchen. That corner countertop can be used by Sims. And then I started looking for a desk, and I couldn't find one that was like not massive, so I went for like a little dining table. And I started looking for chairs, but the chairs ended up, for whatever reason, not clicking into this table, which confused me. So I got rid of it thinking, oh, okay, I'll just like maybe take it out again and it'll work. But I ended up choosing this table instead. I liked it a lot better. And I chose these chairs because I liked the way they looked like distressed and old, and I chose different colors because the idea of this house is that everything's kind of mismatched, nothing really goes together, and it kind of looks like it's all kind of just been, okay, yes, I need this, I'll just get one. Like I said, I imagine it for like this old little lady who, you know, doesn't really make much money, so she just kind of does what she can. Like she gets furniture through hand-me-downs, or she buys them at flea markets, stuff like that. And this shelf here ends up being a cluttered shelf, like just very cluttered. I just shove everything I can onto it, and I end up spending actually quite a bit of time on it. I started looking for a painting, but I didn't really like any of the ones, so I just go through and add some curtains, and I just chose these sheathy looking ones. Again, very cottagey vibes. Going to the bathroom, I chose the oldest toilet you can use, and grabbing the university shower there. And I wanted to do like the curtain thing, and I was trying to figure out how to do it again because I couldn't remember, and I was like, oh wait, you need to put the wall first. So I put the wall, and then I choose the curtain that I wanted to use, and then you delete the wall, and wow, look at that, it works. So going through all my clutter here, I struggle going through my clutter because I wanted this to be a non-custom content build, and all of my clutter is custom content. So it's very difficult to sometimes do clutter in the houses when it's like mostly custom content stuff, but not a big deal. I somehow survived. It's shocking, I know, but I somehow made it. So adding a little bit of clutter just throughout the house, kitchen stuff, and I was switching back and forth between it because as I found the clutter where I wanted to put it, and I keep flying out here because every time I try to like move these books up, because I just wanted to put them on top of the fridge, for whatever reason they'd fly me out into the middle of nowhere, so I don't know. And then they ended up not working on top of the fridge anyway because either they were too far in or too far up, so I just scrapped that idea entirely. And I continue with my shelf clutter situation. And the one reason I struggled with this a bit is because since I was working in such a small space, I didn't want to move everything super far away. So like they'd sometimes always like go and try to click back into the shelf, which was kind of annoying, but somehow I survived. I know, I'm a survivor. It's fine. You don't have to, you know, tell me I'm great in the comments or anything. God, just ignore me. So again, so I wanted her to be kind of like a flower cellar or something. So I put her this, like, gave her this little watering can set on this shelf. And this build overall ended up being about, it was over 26,000, which is annoying because, like, realistically, this is a starter home. This is a tiny little starter home, but because of all the clutter, and I'm sure some of the paintings I put on the wall in the bedroom, it drove the price up. So you could easily, you know, delete a few things and get it to be a starter home, because I think it's a really cute little build. So I go through and I add a little, I was going to start cluttering the room, but then I got distracted by other things like candles for the table. And I go into the main room and decide that I needed doors for the bathroom and the bedroom. And obviously you just kind of choose pretty basic doors. I'm not really sure like what a cottage would have like as a door inside, and this is probably one of the only builds where I have not forgotten to put in a toilet roll, so yay me. Popped a little medicine cabinet here. It's a pretty basic bathroom. I didn't add a sink because you have one in the kitchen, so I didn't really feel like it was necessary because it's such a tiny house and it's only her. And then I start cluttering up this area here. I chose that really distressed dresser because, again, I wanted this whole house to look like really old and used, and everything's just like dark and old. And I clutter up this wall with a few paintings and stuff like that. And the idea I had when I was doing this is, you know, maybe she had a son that, you know, was a famous sports star, and they, you know, they were estranged because she didn't always support his, you know, ideas to go after a sports career. So he doesn't really talk to her, but she still supports him, you know, in the background. She has like his pictures, and she even has, you know, just cards and stuff from when he won awards. And in my head, it made sense in my head is what I'm saying. So just going through, adding a bunch of random clutter here because, again, I wanted her to be like really cluttery, messy type person. And then I just add two random paintings or frames onto this wall here. I thought about adding a window there, but I felt like I already had two windows in placements that I like, so I felt like it would be weird if I put another window. So just random paintings. Again, flea market type things like, ooh, I like this. And so she bought it for like 45 cents or something. And then choosing the flooring, I wanted, again, dingy. I wanted everything to look like old and used. So I used this Island Living flooring, and I went with black floorboards because, you know, why not? And I went for a green carpet in the bedroom because green carpet is like the epitome of old. My grandparents had green carpet in their house and it was atrocious. And I kept these exterior walls as stone. And then I'm going through and trying to choose, like, what would a cottage have? Would they have like wallpaper, maybe this paneling? I think I ended up going for something relatively simple. Oh, I went for this brick because, you know, they built the middle wall with brick and she didn't have enough money to really like finish them all, so she only really painted her room. And, you know, the bathroom has tile, as most bathrooms would, but only those walls, because she could not afford to change the brick wall. I spin around a lot when I build, I know, I'm sorry. I'm always like looking at what I'm doing. Then I chose kind of that ugly tile for that. And I add her little flower table outside, and I do a little bit of landscaping. I wanted it to be kind of like a cottagey, like a cottage in the woods, so I do add a few big trees and lots of kind of overgrown plants, because I feel like that's something she would really enjoy. Like maybe she picks plants from her overgrown garden to make arrangement with and sell. I'm trying to adjust the roof here. I'm so bad at roofing. I've given up entirely on that aspect of life, is trying to figure out roofing. So just kind of doing a bit of the landscaping, doing a bit of terrain paint, and this is basically the build. This is where I found those little things I was looking for at the beginning, because I wanted to add a chimney, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's considered a chimney. So yeah, once I finish playing around with this stuff here, I end up doing a little bit of a tour. And I kept having issues with this, and I didn't really know why until later on, but it's because I had gone up, and that's what that shadow is, which I just thought it was just a weird thing in The Sims, but it's fine. So here is the finished build, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!